I have to see this. I didn't even, oh, to be honest, like I haven't heard from her in such a long time. It's kind of crazy, you know? I think her podcast got the money from Logan. Really? What? Okay, we have to take a look at this. We have to take a look at this.
Girl. I imagine a lot of you
We have to take a look at this.
just rolled your eyes at that. It is a meme that, for a lot of people, is beyond stale. It's been run into the ground because over the last couple months, it's been everywhere. Tuah girl has, like, her name has been said more than Bloody Mary's name. It's like Beetlejuice, but when you say Tuah 3 times, you'll get a new flood of 10 different videos from her in your feed. It is just everywhere and has been for a couple months. And it's made a lot of people just...
Well, to be honest, I haven't really seen too many. I think the only time I ever seen it was like the girl being on that on the little weird interview or so. Like I think some YouTuber so like reviewed it or so, and then that was pretty much about it. That was like the only thing I ever saw about her. I didn't see anything more about her after that. So
pretty exhausted with it. They're tired of it. And I made a video talking about her when the meme first blew up, going over how interesting I find it that a meme can change someone's life pretty much overnight. Something as simple as talking about spitting a loogie on a wiener can lead to a whole career potentially, and I never really blamed her for trying. I also did find it really weird how quickly she was speedrunning the influencer route. Within like 3 days, she had like a whole PR team. She surrounded herself with like a bunch of parasites that were suckling all the clout out of her like these fucking vile leeches. Like, she was immediately talking about starting podcasts, starting her own, like, I think it was like a TV series or something.
what? A TV series about what? Wait, what? How? Wait, what's it gonna be about? What? How's it even? Okay, all right. Damn, it's pretty ambitious. I ain't gonna lie, to be honest. Over a Tuah meme, Jesus.
So she was gonna launch the Tuah cinematic universe to compete with the MCU from the sound of it. She was going on podcasts. She was getting paid like $30,000 to appear at clubs. It was...
What the fuck? Getting paid 30,000 K or so to appear at clubs? Damn, dude. Man, where the fuck is my shit, huh? God damn, man. Shit.
Insanity. And now the trailer dropped for that podcast, which comes out...
And I just... You know, sometimes I just don't understand. I just can't understand human beings. Like who pays 30 grand or so to show up at a club that you just did like a 10-second meme or so? I just don't understand. What? How is that even possible? I'm so, man, you guys confuse me so hard. I just don't understand human beings, man. And what the fuck? Oh man, dude, I'm so fucking confundeled, to be honest. Jesus.
Out in a couple days, and people have been clowning on her for it. She is getting dunked on harder than I do when I play pickup basketball.
She's literally doing anything to stay relevant.
Does anyone actually give a fuck about her?
Why are we keeping this girl relevant?
Your 15 minutes are up.
Your joke was funny for 2 days. Stop.
Y'all really thought I was done? I'm just getting started, baby.
It just feels so corporate and soulless. It just feels really inauthentic and artificial. That was what a lot of people said early on to the Tuah timeline, that she was some kind of plant, because she did have like an entire government think tank assigned to her right away to try and like keep her name out there and keep people saying Tuah, spit on that thang as much as possible. So it felt really forced. And zoinks, Scoob, this trailer feels more forced than this smile. It's called Tuah. It's not an awful name, like it.
Tuah. Interesting. Interesting indeed.
It's kind of silly, but it also just continues to reinforce the meme itself, which makes people even more annoyed with it if they're already tired of it, you know what I mean? Like, this just really feels like how Vods would handle a meme in the boys universe.
It smells warm. F you.
Yeah!
What's one move in bed that makes a girl go crazy? I'm Haley Welch. A little while ago, my life took a complete left turn and it changed forever. And along the way, I've realized that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Well, now it's my time to talk. Check out my podcast every week, Talk to 'em, where I'm sitting down with the coolest guests and having actual conversations with them. And Pookie.
Who is Pookie? Who is Pookie?
He may stop by too. New episodes every week! Subscribe to that thing!
Oh man, dude, I'm so fucking speechless. I don't even know what I have to say about that, to be after seeing that trailer or so for her podcast thing, right?
I love that selling point of having actual conversations with the guests. Look, I'm not a chef in the kitchen, but I can speculate on the menu. They're gonna be serving up nothing.
Dude, it'll be Yuko, not the whole naughty Grinch BS, but in your own way for sure. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It'll totally fucking happen, you know. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm more in the realization, okay, of how this fucking world works, and I'm not gonna stoop down to that level in my personal opinion.
Nothing burgers with those conversations. Just a hunch. I get.
I
the
know
impression
how
that
this
is
world
all
works.
driven by a firm. So what I'm imagining is all the guests are gonna have like pre-approved questions that are okayed by the department. That's gonna be like really sterile, really safe, and hyper vigilant of being like viral potential clips. So like her smelling a shoe or flipping that question about what's a move in bed that makes a girl go crazy. Like that all feels really, really fake. Yet one of the big selling points is it's actual conversations. We'll see. It drops in like 2 days. I could be totally wrong. But even still, it's not like every other podcast isn't having real conversations. Like this isn't going to be the only real one.
You want to know something? One of my friends or so, one of my closest friends or so, Sage or so, once he thinks I can do pretty well on a podcast and whatnot, right? But I'm like, the problem is I don't really have that one someone or so that I can bounce off very well or so, right? The only person I bounce off like really well or so is Sage, but Sage is always busy all the time because he has his own thing. You know, he's got a fucking job. Okay, all right. So he got his own shit. You know, he owns his own shit. You know, he owns his own life. He owns his own shit. You know, he's just busy man. You know, he's a busy man. So plus the man has a wife. So. That's the only thing. So, you know, I can't keep the dude away from his wife, you know. It ain't right, you know. It's just not right, you know. It's just not good whatsoever, you know. The dude gotta do his own thing, you know. So that's like the only person that I bounce off. Like I bounce off like super well, as in like chemistry wise or so, for like collabs and shit like that, right? That's like one of the best people or so that I have the best chemistry with. I have yet to find another person like that. So that's why. But you know, I told him, it's like, I told him, I don't know if I want to do a podcast, because the problem is like I need that one other person to bounce off very fucking well when it comes to these situations. So yeah, that's the only thing. So I'll never do one or so. Because the problem is like there's only one person I can bounce off like super well, because we have the best chemistry around. It's like basically so like the good comparison I can compare myself with, right? For let's say for like comparison wise, right? When it comes to like chemistry, right? It's basically like how Connor and Iron Mouse, you know how their chemistry is, right? We're basically like that, you know, with me and Sage. That's how it basically is with us.
You know what I mean? It just ticks every single box that some kind of marketing firm would have you do for your sizzler reel and marketing material. Pookie might stop by.
Who the fuck is Pookie? Who the fuck is Pookie? Pookie. Pookie. Sorry if it sounds super aggressive or so on the mic, but it's like who the fuck is Pookie?
Pookie! It could be anyone. Who the fuck is Pookie? You'll have to stop in next week for this Talk to a season finale to find out. It could be goddamn Steve Jobs being brought back from the dead. Maybe he never actually died. Maybe Hawk Tuah's spit acts as some kind of necromancy, and she's the damn saliva sorceress, and she revived him. Who knows? You know, it all just feels so forced. But I do still stand by my statement that I can't even really be mad at her for doing all of this. I really can't. Getting as lucky as she did with a meme blowing up and people like going and flocking to you, like that doesn't happen often. And that can be the dream job for most people on the planet, and she's trying to capitalize off it.
Yeah, I don't really blame her, to be frankly honest, right? She's you know, she's taking the opportunity, you know. The opportunity is right there, you know. Why wouldn't you want to take it at the end of the day, right? You know?
Don't think this is the best way of doing it. I really think being more human as opposed to just being the meme itself and spreading that out. I gave this example before, but maybe many of you don't remember the tragedy of Your Breathtaking Guy. It's not a story that Jedi would tell you, but I've mentioned it before. Quite a few years back, Keanu Reeves was at an event and he was talking about how the game looked breathtaking. And someone in the crowd shouted, "You're breathtaking," at Keanu Reeves, to which he said it back to that gentleman. And that guy came forward, everyone cheered him on, he became an overnight sensation, and for, I think it was like almost a full year, he rode that puppy as much as he could. He was milking those titties dry. He tried to use Your Breathtaking as his branding. He called himself the Breathtaking Guy, if I remember correctly. And people got really tired of it really quickly. And that same thing seems to be happening to the Hawk Tuah girl to a lesser degree, though, because she does still have a lot of people that are really excited about this. So it is working to a certain extent, but I just really think the best path is to just separate from the meme a little bit. Like, hey, you know, this was my lightning rod. I know you guys know me as the Hawk Tuah girl, but, you know, I'm just kind of hanging out here. I started a podcast if you want to check it out, and just have it be more organic. Hey, I'm playing.
Yeah, like if that happens or so, right? For me, like if I ever do something like that or so, I just don't want to be be like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna ride the wave or so, whatever meme I create or so, right, in the future, right? I just kind of like, no, you know, yeah, that's cool, but it's like, oh, I know you from the meme. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a fun time doing it or so, you know. But I'm just like, you know, I'm my own thing at the end of the day. I got my own shit, you know. I'd be like, I'm just a normal person at the end of the day, you know.
Playing the One Piece card game tonight on stream if you guys want to stop in and tune in, as opposed to just like wrapping everything around the meme, because it just feels so inorganic. It really does feel like an industry plant situation to a certain extent. But yeah, anyway, just want to talk about it a little bit because I do find it very interesting. That's it. So yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting, in my personal opinion. I can't believe she's making a podcast though, and then she's gonna make some like TV show. What? How is that even gonna work? I don't know. To be frankly honest, that's crazy, in my personal opinion. Wow. Well, Mr. Hawk Tuah girl or so. Very interesting. Very interesting. We'll be. I can't wait to see that. Hey man, she's capitalizing at the end of the day, so I can't blame her for it. So she, you know, her life has changed, you know. Fucking goddamn, dude, paying 30K or so to show up at a club though, that is the most crazy. That is the most craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Well, actually, to be honest, am I really surprised? No, I'm not really surprised. I'm just kind of acting it or so that I'm surprised, because at the end of the day, right, I've heard of crazy shit, to be honest, of people showing up or so and paying ridiculous money or so for people who did memes or so to show up to like certain events and clubs and shit like that. So it really, honestly, at the end of the day, right, it really doesn't surprise me, but I just say like, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy, because it's still fucking like, it's still like a little bit wild and or so to hear like, wow, this club actually paid 30K or so for this girl to pop up at a club just to do the Hawk Tuah meme. Like, really? Are you serious? Like, no joke, right? It's not just kind of like, you know. Yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just, you know, she's doing her thing, you know. She grinding. You know, she's gonna grind. She's gonna try to go out as best she can or so with this meme or so. But granted, I haven't heard about the meme or so in a hot minute, so it's been like a while. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Well, hopefully her podcast does well at least, you know, so then she can kind of like, I guess, do something else besides kind of like riding the like grinding the hawk tool or so down to the ground or so. I guess she'll have somewhat of a stable footing, quote unquote stable footing, you know. So, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to check this out or so. I didn't even realize that they were making a podcast. So I guess so. I guess they must have paid her for that. I don't even know what they paid her for. So but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff, and yeah, you just gotta fucking huck tool on that thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck that's what she says, right? You gotta huck tool on that thing, right? Is that what she says? I don't even know, to be honest. It's been such a long time since I've heard the meme, so that shit's been long gone after a while or so, especially in internet times. It feels like it was ancient, so. But yeah, anyways. That's it anyways. And yeah. Peace.